Hello, I am Dr. K.K. Misra. I welcome you all to my YouTube channel R Classes. This video tutorial is on UGC NTA Net paper first. I have included in this video tutorial the most expected multiple choice questions on teaching aptitude in series. This is part 15. Now come to the question. Question number 1. The lecture method in a classroom is an effective way to A. Introduce new concepts, B. Introduce new skills, C. If the mind understanding of learners, D. Stimulate participation of learners. Correct option is A. Introduce new concept. 2. Which one is accountable in cooperative learning? A. Individual, B. Group, C. Both A and B. Correct option is C. Both A and B. 3. What type of test is most effective when trying to test memorization? A. True or false, B. Multiple choice, C. Fill in the blanks, D. B and C. The correct option is D, B and C. 4. Cooperative learning is an alternative to A. Competitive models, B. Teaching models, C. Lesson plans, D. Micro teaching. Correct option is A. Competitive model. 5. The essential characteristic of cooperative learning is A. Effective learning, B. Positive interdependence, C. Cooperation, D. Division of labor. Correct option is B. Positive interdependence. 6. The students like to spend the most of the time with A. Teachers, B. Parents, C. Relatives, D. Peers. Correct option is D. Peers. 7. Peer culture constitutes A. Socialization, B. Individualization, C. Both A and B, or D. None. Correct option is A. Socialization. 8. Which is not the advantage of team teaching? A. Better utilization of resources, B. Better planning, C. Better use of teaching techniques, D. Better financial benefits of teachers. Correct option is B. Better financial benefits of teachers. 9. The hypothesis underlying team teaching is A. Teachers feel bored while working alone, B. Teachers are not competent, C. The best teachers in schools are shared by more students, D. The single teacher cannot control the class. Correct option is C. The best teachers in schools are shared by more students. 10. Classroom management research findings suggest that one of the most effective ways to maximize the amount of time elementary school children spend on academic activities is for the teacher to do the following. The correct option from among the options available is A. Plan for, teach and enforce routines for transition times and classroom housekeeping tasks. 11. When the students become failed, it can be understood that A. The system has failed, B. The teacher's failure, C. The textbook's failure, D. The individual student's failure. Correct option is D. The individual student's failure. 12. A teacher uses a text and some pictures of fruits and vegetables and holds a discussion with her students. The students like the details with their previous knowledge and learn the concept of nutrition. This approach is based on A. A classical conditioning of learning, B. Theory of reinforcement, C. Operant conditioning of learning, or D. Construction of knowledge. Here it is construction of knowledge. 13. Out of the following, in which lesson a general rule is explained first and then examples are illustrated? Mind it, it is, first general rules and then examples. Two words one should keep in mind. दो बातें ध्यान में रखना है. First general rules, then examples. It will be deductive. Otherwise, first examples and then rules or concepts. That will be inductive. So here correct option is A, deductive list. 14. Counseling is provided to assist an individual. A, to diagnose learning deficiencies. B, to understand and solve problems. C, to develop insight. Or D, to develop the personality. Correct option is B, to understand and solve problems. 15. The lowest level of taxonomy of educational objectives of cognitive domain given by Bloom is A, knowledge. B, comprehension. C, application. D, analysis. Correct option is A, knowledge. 16. Instructional objectives are useful to A, teachers. B, students. C, question paper setters. D, all. The correct option is D, all. 17. The objectives of a curriculum are to be stated in terms of A, students' entering behavior. B, students' terminal behavior. C, teachers' behavior. Or D, learning process. Correct option is D, students' terminal behavior. 18. Which of the following is a characteristic of a good test? A, validity. B, reliability. C, usability. Or D, all. The correct option is D, all. 9. Which domain does the following objective fall? At the end of the lesson, the learner should be able to hit the football using the head. A, affective domain. B, cognitive domain. C, psychomotor domain. Or D and C. Correct option is C, psychomotor domain. 20. During a visit to a second grade classroom, a student teacher observed a child spending the time allotted for a worksheet either looking out the window or doodling on his paper. When the student teacher asked the child if he needed help on the assignment, he said no. When asked why he was not doing it, he pointed to another student and said, "She does all her work fast, and when she has done, she gets more work." The boy's reaction suggests which of the following about his classroom. Now, this is a kind of small case. देखिए मिनी ये केसलेट है. अब इस पर जो ऑप्शंस अवेलेबल हैं उसको अगर आप ध्यान से देखें, एनालाइज करें, यू विल फाइंड हियर करेक्ट ऑप्शन इज बी, अ रूटीन फॉर रिवार्डिंग स्टूडेंट्स who finish work promptly is not in place. That is actually the main reason. तो ऐसे कुछ छोटे छोटे केस लिस्ट भी इनफैक्ट पेपर फर्स्ट में आते हैं, पूछे जाते हैं. By the way, now question 21. When you put a question in the class to check the knowledge of students, the best method would be A, put more than one question at a time to stimulate students. B, frame the question as lengthy as you can. C, to point to intelligence first and then put the question. C, to pose the question to the whole class and then select somebody to answer. The correct option is D, to pose the question to the whole class and then select somebody to answer. 22. Research is, the correct option is D, data gathering, processing and analysis. 23. The theory of learning associated with connectionism was propounded by A, Socrates. B, Pavlov. C, Thorndike. D, Kilpatrick. The correct option is C, Thorndike. 24. Evaluation in education insists on the following: A, making tests more reliable and valid. B, conducting periodical tests to detect students' weaknesses. C, insisting on clear-cut behavior of objectives of teaching. Or D, examining students objectively for selection purpose. The correct option is C, insisting on clear-cut behavior of objectives of teaching. 25. The main purpose of the first degree in our universities should be to A, correct option is A here in fact, bring students to frontiers of knowledge, and from there should be research. Now, question number 26. The idea of starting girls' university in our country started in the year 1970. A. As an initiative of the British rulers. B. Through the efforts of municipalities and local fund communities. C. With the opening of the S&DT University at Bombay. D. With the political awakening in the country by the push given by Mahatma Gandhi. Correct option is C. With the opening of the S&DT University at Bombay. 27. In the introduction of part of a lesson plan, you get the student as A. Assignments, B. Previous knowledge, C. Attention, D. Abilities. The correct option is C. Attention. 28. A good communicator needs to be good at A. Speaking, B. Listening, C. The use of language, D. The use of humor in speech. Correct option is C. The use of language. 29. Which controls reflex action? Correct option is C. Parasympathetic nervous system. 30. The National Education Policy of 1979 recommended also about the public schools. Correct option is D here. Suitable ratio has to be maintained for admission of middle class and poor student also. This was all about this particular video tutorial. मुझे यकीन है कि आपको कंटेंट जरूर समझ में आया होगा, पसंद आया होगा, एंड दिस इज रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. और ये आपको एक थ्योरेटिकल व्यू प्रोवाइड करेगा, आपको एक टीचिंग लर्निंग प्रोसेस को समझने में और अपने थॉट्स, अपने बिहेवियर को एज ए टीचर डेवलप करने और कंट्रोल करने में, जो कि यूजर फ्रेंडली यानी कि स्टूडेंट फ्रेंडली हो. आई होप यू हैव लाइक्ड. And if you have liked it, please do not forget to subscribe my YouTube channel, our classes, and press the bell button and pass on to others, those who are needy now and in the future. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a nice time. Best of luck.